Have you just purchased or been given your first crystals and are uncertain of what care they need now that they are home? This video is to ease any worries of what to do so that you feel ready to enjoy the benefits of crystal assistance in the best possible way. My name is Shamara and I have been loving my crystal friends for more than 20 years since I first stepped into the metaphysical world to heal a very broken life. I have owned market stalls and shops as part of my path to learning about healing myself and how to connect to guidance, including the amazing assistance from the world of crystals. Our crystal website does continue, and now I am guided to share my crystal experiences with you. In this video, I will cover in simple detail grounding, welcoming with basic intention setting, cleaning and cleansing, getting ready to use them, issues of companionship, and altars and sacred space setup. If you are watching this, you bought or were given crystals because you want them to help you energetically improve your life. This is the intention you have, and now you want the information to build your confidence as to ensure your friendship with them starts in the best possible way. And while I'm talking about bringing them home, which is what most people do, this advice also applies if you're taking them to your own business or workplace. The insights have come from my own experiences, and this includes advice that I was given when experienced healers noticed that I was taking wrong action with my first crystals. So let's begin with a chat about grounding. Grounding energy is about ensuring the energy of the crystals are in proper flow with Mother Earth. They have come from the deep. They have grown within the life force and the magnetic fields of the planet. Now they are with you, but they were highly likely to have spent part of their trip to you travelling in an aeroplane as well as on a ship. This trip weakens their connection to the land of their birth, so to speak. Grounding is assisting them to strengthen their connection once again to the earth and to their birthplace. It also shows that you care and respect them, something we thankfully have finally learned from the amazing work of the native groups around the world. I recommend that you place them on the grass or somewhere nice in your garden and set the intention that they ground themselves and make connection to Mother Earth and to their original home. If you don't have a garden, then try a local park, although some parts of the next discussion you will have to modify. For many years when I got my new crystals, I would go into my beautiful garden and I would sit on the grass with all my crystals unwrapped around me. And as the earth helped them to reconnect once again, I would also spend the time welcoming them to being part of my family. I set a group intention that they assist me to grow as a person in love and light, and that I dedicated their use for the betterment of the planet. I then invited the crystal guardians, spirit of my home, guardians of the land, and those spiritual beings that I believed were aiding me, like angels, Buddha, and Jesus, to assist with bringing these new crystals into the connection that we all shared, and that we would all play together in this life that I was living. Next, you need to cleanse them. Well, this is important as the trip in will have energetically lowered their natural energy. And also they may have even arrived somewhat dusty, so a physical clean would be needed too. If I knew they were sun and water safe, I would do the welcoming in the late afternoon. Hose them down with water and leave them out in the last hour or two of the sun and then overnight. Those that weren't sun resistant, of course, I put in the shade. Those that were not water safe, well, they didn't get hosed and they came into the house to avoid the dew. Of course, this also meant I was charging them, cleansing them through water, through sun and through the moonlight. I have another beginner's video on cleansing crystals for ongoing purification of crystal energies. Therefore, sitting on the grass with the crystals, welcoming them and then leaving them behind meant I actually cleansed them with sun, with moon, with water, as well as got the charging of those, and they felt connected and blessed. So it's just a really great way to start the whole process. Now you're ready to start using your crystals. For this section, I'm talking about what to do when you place them in your pocket, put them on, place them on your work desk or beside your bed or on the side table where you sit in the lounge room. Crystals need to know what they're doing for you. Remember, they may have arrived with the programming of original intent set at the shop, such as, crystal, you're to help attract customers to go home with. Or maybe they don't have any intention at all, and so they're just going to sit there and energize even the dirty energy. So it's important you tell them what you want to do. The metaphysical people have been talking about the interconnection of everything for decades. The law of attraction, how important it is that you set intentions for what you want to experience in your life and not live your life by accident. And now we know that the quantum physicists are agreeing that this is how things work. Intention setting is really simple. When I'm putting on my bracelets, even my pendants, I may not know why I feel I need them today, but I will always have the intention of, thank you for assisting me with clearing away any difficulties I am feeling and thinking about, and bringing me back into balance. Simple. Let's now move on to the topic of companionship. And I know I am now going to strain some belief systems out there. Crystals need companionship, so don't leave a crystal on its own. I'm not believing that there's actually an individual soul inside a crystal, but it's certainly a fun way to explain how amazing the energy help is and how even insightful the information can seem that comes from them. I can say that if the crystal is left on its own for too long, it does go to sleep. And I learned this when one of my spiritual teachers came to my home to stay for the weekend and told me that certain crystal I had just bought, well, it was asleep. I needed to take them from the room and spend time opening my heart to them to create a loving connection. Once it was energized and working again, to give it a purpose. By the time she left, I got a big thumbs up that all the crystals were okay now. Maybe even you've visited a friend's home and noticed that there's a crystal sitting alone and you went to pick it up and it felt wrong. And when you felt into it, you knew that the crystal lacked life. Well, that's because it's gone to sleep. So always aim to put at least 3 crystals touching each other or very close so that their energy fields overlap, and tell them their purpose. Let's now discuss what to do if you are currently not needing the energy of some crystals for your personal assistance. And or maybe you've bought some crystals to help with the overall energy of your home or office. Well, let's put them together in a group or groups and give them a new purpose. And I'm going to say let's call the grouping an altar for the purpose of this discussion. I believe that altars are a better place to start than gridding, as they are more decorative and easier to set up for a beginner. And decorative is good, as our eyes keep seeing a lovely grouping and take in the energy, giving us another positive boost every time we walk past. If you want to call it a special space for the crystals, remember it's a special space for you too. If you have skeptics, cynics and other non-believers in the home, just stick to a neutral term of, it's just a group of crystals that look pretty together, and save yourself the argument. They will benefit from just seeing Mother Nature in the home with her array of shapes and colours to fascinate them. And these members of your household will accept that this helps them too as well. In fact, all the skeptics that I met at the shop did happily accept the following comment that I made. Humans have become very disconnected from their 300,000-year evolution of walking the land and touching the rocks and plants. This is why stress, discontentment and fear is so high in our society. So a crystal is an easy way to bring nature back and to help our bodies feel safe and normal again. Yes, I would get a nod of agreement. Setting up the altar is the time to bring your inner child out and let them have fun putting it together. Being serious is the wrong way to go about this task. It is to be creative, it is fun, and it is to be natural. Therefore, it's a great time for you to practice your intuitive side. Let it emerge. Firstly, set the purpose for the altar. Maybe it's to help distress the home and improve the relationships of those living there. Now, walk around the home. See what crystals are currently not in use, including any jewellery. Maybe they want to go on the altar. Also, what small pictures, flowers, shells and statues. Now, here are some examples of mine. As you set them up, state the intention for the altar. For example, you're just asking the altar to keep the space and the occupants clean and cleansed, and to help create a vibrant, happy space, to dissolve as quickly as possible any emotional outbursts and bring the family back to peace and harmony. Now, if in a week or a month or even 3, you suddenly need to use a crystal or a piece of jewellery that's on the altar, just remove it. You'll be adjusting the altar weekly, monthly, quarterly anyway, creating patterns that please you. And that's your soul intuitively guiding you to change and to improve the space. They also will need that monthly or quarterly clean to get the grime off. Again, the crystals just need to be close to each other so their energy fields overlap. Even consider putting them on top of each other if that works. As you can see, the altar is a great way to give the crystals company so they stay awake, and also a purpose. And it's a great way for you to develop your intuition. As we finish up, I hope you feel more confident with these insights about what to do with the crystals once you get them home, so they are quickly giving you maximum assistance. The steps were to ground and welcome them, to clean, cleanse and give them a purpose, to ensure that they have company, and even possibly set up an altar as a special space for you and for them. My name is Shamara, and you know the drill. To help spread the knowledge, please like, comment and share. If you found that this was a great way of learning more about your crystal friends, then subscribe and follow for more.